VINO stock, Gaucho Group Holdings Inc. closed the session of the 9th of September 2021 at $3.23, a very slight gain of about 0.3%, and the volume also was way below average. 34,058 shares crossed the tape during that session. It seems the interest in the stock is not very good at the moment. 8.698 million shares outstanding. Market cap is $28.1 million. And the shares floated, according to Yahoo Finance, is 7.07 million shares. So you can see that volume for that session, 34,058, is just very poor. And you can see average volumes here. You can see for the last 10 days 124,170, for the last 90 days 929,098. Very poor. So what are we looking at here? We could see that the stock has been largely moving sideways since I think sometime in July. When was that? Sometime in July. Been moving sideways since the middle of July, and the underlying trend is pretty much also bearish. I think all in all the stock is retracing or bearish within a longer term bearish trend. Within a longer term bearish trend. The underlying trend, obviously the 200-day moving average, or rather to some extent the underlying trend, or rather the 200-day moving average, is above the price of the stock, signifying that the dominant trend is bearish, and the stock is easily underperforming the S&P 500. We can see here the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator. It is tipped over and is pointing downwards. It's bearish, and amongst other things, this is because it's driven down. It's pointing downwards because investors are selling shares and driving the price lower. And then we have up here the unbalanced volume indicator. The slope seems to be negative, suggesting that there is a lack of buying interest. So, but amongst other things, also we have also down here the volatility for VINO stock for the last 10 days. It's indicated it is 562.51%. So even with this lack of interest, volatility is still very high. So amongst other things, what it means is that VINO stock's volatility means that its value has the potential to spread out over a wide range of values. The price of VINO stock has potential to change dramatically over a short period of time. One of the key reasons why VINO stock has a high volatility is that relatively low float of 7.07 million shares. This is as it concerns supply and demand of VINO stock. A buy demand is likely to be met with relatively poor or low supply. As such, the price of VINO may have to move up to influence supply to meet demand. A sell supply, especially when a sell-off has ensued, is likely to result in price changes in leaps to match the low float or supply, as well as the leaps that occurred during the upward push. So given all of these things, it's still a very volatile stock. Does it have the potential to reach $10 before the end of 2021? Absolutely, it does have it. Amongst other things, we have seen a pattern that's been going on, even though we are not exactly sure that will occur. But this low float, this shares outstanding, and indeed the float, this relatively small float, can be quite attractive for market participants. So in a case where VINO stock or Gaucho comes out with some positive news, there's a good chance market participants may jump in, and when they start buying, the frenzy will push the stock up. Can it reach $10 in even one session? Absolutely, that is highly likely. before the end of 20. The chance of that happening is there, given its history. You can see what's going on here. You can see this is 26th of January, and then 28th. So this is 28. This is, you can see that this is a huge leap. 20 from the 28th it was at 974, and then 29th it was at 1474. So you can see what's going on here. And then again on the 30th it was at 1797. On the 1st of February it was at 1797. So easily that can happen. It can happen. It has that history and the volatility, amongst other things, and all that comes with it. Yes, it can easily happen. You can reach $10, before the end of 2021. So that can always happen. So we'll continue to update you on Vino stock. It's a penny stock right now. If you think the fundamentals are right for you, you like to buy the stock, decide whether you're going to buy it or not. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video.